IndusAge FriendsWorld TV एंड रेडियो बॉलीवुड बीट्स पे आप सबका स्वागत है। और आज हम आपकी स्पेशल एक मुलाकात करवाएंगे प्रीति के साथ। एंड साथ के साथ मैं बताऊं कि मेरे साथ है सुक। एंड सबसे पहले स्टार्टअप क्या है,
नाइस टू क्या है, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे। यस, टुडे वी हैव इन आवर स्टूडियो प्रीति। वेलकम टू द शो।
Thank you for having me.
Please, first of all, we want to know about Nice2.
What is Nice2?
So Nice2 is an organization that is all about helping people start startups, particularly those who weren't able to before. So we can create the technology companies of the future that serve all of us rather than just a few, and also so that we can create generational wealth outcomes where they traditionally wouldn't have gone before.
And we also want to know about when new people are startup. So how your company and your organization helping to come in the industry?
Yeah, so we, as part of Nice2 and with a few co-founders, we run a program called Press Play Ventures. And what that does is it takes you to a 12-week program. In that 12-week program, you learn about the fundamentals of building a business, how to validate, how to test the market, how to make sure you avoid the expensive mistakes. We also introduce you to a network of mentors, and then we also give you coaching and personalized support, because everyone's startup journey is different and you can be at different stages, but we give you personalized support so that we can help accelerate that journey for you.
That's great.
So with Nice2, right? So how does it operate, and how do you reach out to people?
So Nice2, like, we're chasing very audacious goals. So it's technology for the future and it's creating generational wealth. It's not an easy job, and it needs to be something that we do as a whole ecosystem. So we approach it from an ecosystem perspective. The first pillar is systems change, which is trying to influence government, VCs, all the big players. The second pillar is support, and this is programs like Press Play Ventures where we support founders directly. And then the third pillar is storytelling, because as we all know, storytelling is really, really powerful to change perceptions, change the narrative, and help people see themselves in others who've done it before them.
Really nice. And you also done one event known as Diwali
Tech Diwali, yes.
Tech Diwali. So tell us something about that.
So Tech Diwali, the vision for that event is if a desi wedding and a startup event had a baby, that's Tech Diwali. Okay. So it's the fun of a desi wedding, and it's everyone was in costumes, and there was henna, and there was supposed to be dance, but there was no room because we were all oversold. And then there was music, but then
we
there
did dance as well.
We did dance a little bit, but there were tech talks that happened from people who've been there on that journey before. It was open to everyone, so anyone could attend, but it was basically to bring the Desi community together and show us that we have power in numbers, and also that there's a way forward. These people have done it before, so we're all together.
That's really beautiful. And now this year, any plans?
Hopefully this year as well we'll do it. I've also started an initiative called Chai and Capital, which is about
Chai and Capital.
Chai and Capital, yes. So it's about Soleil, a friend of mine. We got together and we were talking about the Indian landscape and how it's changing so much in the startup scene. It's ranked number 3, and we're like, we don't know enough about it, and I feel like we should. And when anyone wants to expand their startup, they go to the US and they think that's the only market. India is such a booming, hot market. We're like, we need to know what's happening. So we thought, let's start a newsletter, and let's not just educate ourselves, but we'll educate everyone along the journey.
That's really good.
And on note of community building, right? Because you were talking about Tech Diwali being more about showing numbers and representation. So there are actually a lot of people who are building communities, but they find challenge in what next with the community that they have. So what are your tips and tricks?
Yeah, I think community building is one of the most powerful things you can do. We did a diversity report for NICE2 last year, and we found out that if you're from an underrepresented background, often the pathway for you is to find people who are similar to you and then use that as an expansion and a launch pad. And so that's why community building is the heart of everything we do. And in terms of how you grow it from there, honestly, now with how media is and it's a attention economy, right? Community is the biggest way to garner attention from everyone. And so what it helps you do is get the attention first, and then you can serve any products, any services to them later, and you can monetize that community.
That's really good. And what the advice you want to give to everyone who want to become in this industry?
I think the advice is do not limit yourself. I think we only limit our own ambitions, but actually the world is our oyster. We have seen people in startups do everything from, like Melanie Perkins at Canva, who decide to take on Adobe and reinvent creativity. We've seen people look at space garbage and how to collect all of that and how to fix that. We've seen every sort of invention under the sun, and really it starts as an idea. So don't limit yourself, don't limit how big it is, and just go for it.
And we also congratulate you. You are doing a very good thing for the community. And we also, before going, we want to know how to live the life.
How to live the life. I think it's really important. So much of the time when you're doing things like this in the startup ecosystem where it's so fast moving, you tend to forget about personal life. And I think striking that balance is so important. It's the one tip I would say is put your oxygen mask on before you put it on for others. So absolutely look after yourself, strike that balance between personal and professional, and have fun doing whatever you're doing.
And how people can contact you?
LinkedIn is the best way, so Preethi Mohan. Otherwise, nice2.io is the website, so you can find me there.
Thank you very much. Today we have a very wonderful talk with Preethi. And दोस्तों हमारे साथ आप जुड़े रहिएगा, बने रहिएगा, और हम आप तक लेके आते रहेंगे इस प्रोग्राम को जिसका नाम है स्टार्ट टॉक एंड डेफिनेटली टैलेंट फैक्ट्री. वी हैव लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ टैलेंट्स आर कमिंग एंड मिलते हैं बहुत जल्दी. एंड थैंक यू प्रीति फॉर कमिंग हियर.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग मी. माय प्लेजर.
तो दोस्तों मिलते हैं ब्रेक के बाद. नमस्कार.
Australia's first Indian magazine to have a national reach, IndusAge is the largest circulated South Asian magazine in Australia with 5 simultaneous editions, 55,000 copies printed monthly, 220,000 readers, largest network of clients, undisputed leader in community news. IndusAge is circulated in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth to over 525 outlets. Grab your copy now to get the latest on the community, news from India, Bollywood, music and much more. For more info, log on to www.indusage.com.au.